It's day 11. We're looking live here at the courtroom doors where Donald Trump entered just a short time ago, Lower Manhattan. And of course, we're watching for when he comes out and makes comments. But on the stand right now, behind those closed doors, is Hope Hicks, one of Trump's closest advisors. Press Secretary Trump was very involved, she says, in the campaign as they traveled together. A lot of the outlets on the left-wing media were saying that she could be a very strong witness. They, of course, like to call it a hush money case. But even on the stand yesterday, Keith Davidson, the attorney for Stormy Daniels, says he brokered the deal and he wouldn't call it that. He'd call it something else, like a civil settlement, which most people call. It's pretty common to have non-disclosure agreements. Let's talk about what's happening on the stand and also what's happening in regards to that gag order still outstanding. Pleased to bring back in distinguished university professor, Troy University, Thane Rosenbaum, former federal prosecutor Doug Burns, and criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor. He's also an adjunct professor of law at Cornell University, Randy Zelin. All right, so Hope Hicks, we've already discussed sort of why we don't think she will have the AKA smoking gun, but that doesn't mean there won't be a lot of intrigue and there won't be a lot of drama. We know that her name's been raised in several instances throughout the trial. Doug, I'll start with you. This Access Hollywood tape, which the judge has said they cannot play, is still part of what they want to drag in here. But at the end of the day, if you're facing 34 counts of falsifying business records, how do they try to marry that together, especially when they don't really have anyone saying that, you know, this is something Donald Trump knew about or ordered?
No, there's no marrying it together. I mean, I've been in many trials where the defendant's charged with stealing money. Up go the photos of the Rolls Royce and the Rolex watch. Has zero probative value on whether the person bought the car legitimately or with money that was stolen, but it's done all the time. So here, same thing. They're trying to, and all the experts, Bianca, have explained this. They're trying to sully him up with all kinds of, salacious stuff. It's outrageous. It shouldn't be allowed. Has nothing to do with the case at hand, which, again, broken record over and over, is just as Thane said, just an incredibly weak case with essentially no crime. And you watch the liberal media, all they do is talk about the facts. They never talk about the law, which I find interesting.
Well, the facts, as they try to create a narrative around them, actually, I think, because the facts do show that Cohen on this tape that we just played was talking about sort of what he was going to do. And we had yesterday Keith Davidson saying, I didn't talk to Donald Trump. So kind of a backfire there. Thane, let's show what happened after court yesterday. Because if they're trying to paint Donald Trump as someone who is trying to, bury this story about Access Hollywood or whatnot, 8 years ago, this man right here running for president silenced. I'm telling you, real people in New York, which, as we know, leans to be Democratic, fire department here hugging him, embracing him, the bodega embracing him. Trump on the trail versus Trump at trial, two very different reactions. Thane.
Yeah, look, I think the people in my building in the lobby are waiting for him to show up. He's really using this to his maximum advantage. He's become a billionaire who is the man of the people, right? He's being persecuted by the government, and then he shows up at bodegas and firehouses. It's a brilliant political strategy. This is the one area where he should thank the Democrats. Thanks so much. You've given me really cool places to go that demonstrate that I understand America better than you all do. I'm a real American. So the other thing that's interesting about what you just said about the Access Hollywood tape, and this is something I would love to hear Randy and Doug weigh in on. Didn't we just learn our lesson from the Harvey Weinstein case, that you're not allowed to bring in bad stories of things that I've done in the past in order to prove that I did it this time? I thought you're not allowed to do that. I'm not even sure the Karen McDougal story is relevant here, because that's not part of my understanding is she's not part of the complaint either.
She's not.
All of this Access Hollywood, none of this belongs there, because they're going to this case will get appealed on that alone. The jury is hearing a bunch of salacious stuff that has nothing to do with this case.